Boy, this is Bitcoin chat. What's going on YouTube? This is your boy the BW Trader, back again with another valuable video for you. And in this video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be addressing the elephant in the room, that this is such a famous question for most newbie traders, or most Forex noobs if you prefer, or Forex beginners. What they tend to ask is, do these trading strategies that I see on YouTube actually work? Can I go and use them on the live market and actually bank some money with them? So that's going to be one of the that is going to be the elephant in the room that I will be addressing today on this video. And then one other thing that we will do is I will quickly go through Bitcoin, because I believe it has insane potentials, and it could be an important analysis for those who are holding Bitcoin long term, looking at it as a long term investment plan. So I'll be quickly analyzing Bitcoin, and then immediately after that, the last thing that I would do is I would leave you guys with some book nuggets that I've gotten from a very powerful, insane book that I've read most recently by Dr. Harv Eker, which is The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. So I'll go ahead and do that. So without any further ado, hit that like button if you like the video, hit that that is the thumbs up button, comment down below if you would like to see more content like this, and then go ahead and subscribe if you are new. Let's get into the video. Okay, so what am I seeing? So I've already opened the Bitcoin chart here, which you see is BTCUSD. The chart data is from Coinbase, and this platform that I'm using currently is TradingView. So before you guys ask me, now I would like to mention clearly, I do not trade or margin trade Bitcoin at the current moment. I have done it before when I was with FTMO, but currently I would like to see if the spreads are good with my Forex funds, and then I'll actually go back to trading Bitcoin, to margin trading Bitcoin, because it has insane potential. It is almost the same as when you're trading Nasdaq and US30 and German 30. So I'll be looking to incorporate it back into my trading plan and my trading system. So let's go ahead and see what is it that I'm seeing currently. So this is the weekly chart. This, for me, this whole move here looks a lot more corrective. So it looks a little bit more like it's a descending type structure. But what I am to do now, because again, each and every pair, you have to be somebody who is well versed in their own pair. So I know that when I'm trading currencies, this is how I'm going to analyze. And when I'm trading Bitcoin, or when I'm trading indices, this is how I'm going to analyze. So clearly, what I like to do when it comes to Bitcoin is I like to identify inflection point before I even identify this type of structure as we move towards this inflection point. So I see that most previously, this is what happened there, this is what happened there. So this is an inflection type area. So this is an area of inflection. So now I know those are the 2, then 3 most inflection points of the markets, because this has already done that. So I can move this to the front. So now we can see that far much better. But we know, as much as this whole move here looks corrective, what else do we see? We see that this move here, this leg here, it was an impulsive leg on the weekly chart. So we could get a continuation. I'm sorry about that. We could get more of a continuation type structure, get a double top for us to still continue to the downside. So we'd like to then go to the daily chart to identify now the type of structure that we are in. So let me quickly go to the daily chart to now identify the type of structure that the market is currently in. Now, on the daily chart, what do we see clearly? This was impulse. Let's start from here. This was a continuation type correction to the downside. This is a continuation to the downside, right? So we have that. You could have plotted it like this, or you could have plotted it like that. But because it has already happened, I prefer that. Impulsive move. Of course, that shows clear progression of the market. Then that is the best touch there. Impulsive move to the downside. What are we currently having? Currently having more of a continuation type structure. That's what I see this to be. So I see this to be more of a continuation type structure. So on the daily chart, I already know what it is that I am looking for. I cannot look for anything else apart from taking this to the downside. So let me quickly pause. So that means I'm going to have to pause it again. So that's another thing. All right. So like I was just saying, we're seeing this as more of a continuation type structure. So let me go again back full screen. So I'm seeing this as more of a continuation type structure. So now I'm going to go ahead and focus more on that continuation type structure. But I do see one other thing, that the majority of this whole move here, this whole structure here, is very corrective. So with one of my forecast points, I'll be looking at this as a potential. This is a potential for a descending structure because this whole move is very corrective. So it has potential to be descending in that manner. I am not one to say currently it's clearly a descending or anything like that. It is not yet confirmed to me, but I'll be looking at it as more of a descending. So I'll take this out here, then focus more on whatever it is that's happening there. Whatever happens here, I'm looking at this as an inflection point because currently I'm going to be focused on taking Bitcoin to the downside than Bitcoin to the upside. It does not look anything like Bitcoin is going to go up. Nothing here says Bitcoin is going to go to the upside. Absolutely nothing tells me that Bitcoin is going to go to the upside. So currently, daily chart, we're looking at this. It's a continuation type structure after this whole impulsive move. So let me go ahead and evolve that to that, evolve that to that. Of course, you have to ensure that it remains clean. It remains very clean. You don't want the charts to become messy. So let's go to the 4 hour, because when they become messy, they end up confusing you, who is going to be the trader. So then they influence your trading decisions, which is something that you do not want. So let us go ahead and look at this. What's currently happening here? This for me is the overall correction. Could the correction be this? Yes, it has potential to actually be that. So actually I think that's the best touch, so I'll leave it like that. We also have this as one very, so you can see the correction. We can all see the type of correction that I'm talking about there. It's an impulse continuation type correction. But what's happening inside of this correction? We have had a descending structure there. Of course, that is expected. We expect that inside structures, or inside bigger correctional structures, we have some structures or patterns within patterns. So what are we having here? Correction there for the upside, and the move to the upside did happen. What are we currently having here? We are still corrective, according to me, in that manner. Right. Now, what people don't tend to understand is the more the market impulses and immediately corrects, it starts to form this type of structure, which becomes more and more of an ascending type structure. So the market currently could actually move to the upside, only for it to form that for the double top, and then we collapse to the downside. So I'm interested in taking Bitcoin to the downside longer term, but not to say that I'm currently at the current moment looking to sell Bitcoin. Not really. I'm not looking to sell Bitcoin currently. I'm looking to wait a little bit longer to see exactly what Bitcoin wants or intends to do at that juncture there. So I'm looking at Bitcoin for sales at around this area here. I'm not looking to sell it now, unless of course we get into more structure like that, and then I'll take that to the downside. So my forecast here, I'm forecasting potentials for us to go to the downside, potentials for the market to go to the downside. I'm only going to be interested in selling Bitcoin than buying it, although what you see currently that I just identified here, the current structure is more and more of a impulse correction, right? So now when we dive deep, or that we double up into forecasting, is I understand that this can get invalidated, and then the market forms this, you see. So because there is that potential, when the market actually breaks this level here, let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see it clearly. Let me zoom in a little bit so that you can see it clearly. So when the market invalidates this area here, when the market impulses and invalidates this, I wouldn't really be alarmed, because I know there's potential for us to tap that and then still go to the downside, because then the fact that it was ascending after ascending, rather correction impulse correction immediately, I know they are now starting to build up an ascending structure, and this is clearly an ascending type structure. So short term, you could be looking to take this to the upside. I wouldn't really mind, I wouldn't fault you for taking this to the upside for Bitcoin. So it could start the week very bullish and then end the week very, very bearish, because it has short-term potentials for us to buy. But if you're going to buy, you should have in mind the fact that this is most likely going to be a turning point. This has potential to be a turning point. So because this alone is not a 1-to-3 ratio, personally, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take this trade. I wouldn't take this trade, because the market could easily just come there and then immediately reverse from this point and then give you a continuation structure to the downside. But if by the time the market reaches here, you've already pulled your stop loss to break even, then you shouldn't really worry about much. So just know that if you're taking this, be aware of what could potentially play out. So I'm looking at potentially this. I am seeing more and more of the move to the downside and less of the move to the upside. So personally, I would push this a little bit to the left so that I can focus on this current ascending structure. So even if the market does move higher, I would look for a sell at a later stage. The fact that this is happening alongside this reflection, this area, this reflection trend line, this trend line that I'm going to use as a point of reference or a point of reflection. The fact that it's happening very close to this, that's going to be my go-to. This is going to be a very, very beautiful sell. So those who are actually holding Bitcoin long term, of course, if you have been holding it all the way from when Bitcoin was worth $1 or $10, you are fine. You shouldn't really worry about much. But if you have been holding it from times where one Bitcoin was worth 17,000, you should actually be skeptical. You should be looking to close your trades about now. You would get in at a later stage. It doesn't mean you would have lost on investment, but rather you accumulate the little that you have made now so that you can enter at a later stage. But we'll talk about cryptocurrency trading and investing with Bitcoins and Ethereums at a later stage, when we now dive into understanding the concepts of the cryptocurrency world. For now, I just wanted to show you those who are going to be margin trading Bitcoin for the week ahead. This is my forecast. This is my analysis. Of course, how I would enter there, my go-to setup would be, if the market gives us an ascending or an arc formation rare, that would be a beauty for us to go to the downside. But the market doesn't really have to do that. Understand that it doesn't have to do that is what then leads us to forecasting and seeing the probable and the possible scenarios. So that is the little insights that I had for you guys when it comes to trading Bitcoin this coming week. I'm seeing potentials for short-term buys with long-term sells. Now let us go on or move along to addressing the elephant in the room, which is, do Forex YouTube strategies work, or do YouTube Forex strategies work? Do these strategies that you find on YouTube that are Forex related or that are technical analysis related, they teach you how to analyze the charts or that are fundamental, do they actually work? Now, the answer to this is very short and simple. Yes, they do work, because you're seeing a very profitable or a successful trader teaching them to you. What doesn't work is you. You are the one who's not working enough, because I could give you a number of people who are trading who are on YouTube, from Lisiba, from the FX Gold Twins, to Lambo Raul, Mamba FX, Q Banks, Jeremy Cash, Pipology with Bobby and who's that guy again? Bobby and I'm forgetting him. With Bobby and the other guy from Pipology, and then you have another trader, Reina Tio, for example. You cannot expect me to sit here and tell you that all of those trading strategies do not work, because you see the personality or the lifestyle that they are living now because of trading Forex with those certain strategies that you are here backlashing. Of course, all of the strategies have received bad publicity. I mean, you have heard people saying bad things about Lisibo. You have heard people saying bad things about the FX Gold Twins. You have heard people saying bad things about Sandy Leshezi, saying that the students are not making money and so on and so forth. But what actually is happening there? Why is it that when you are saying these people do not make money from those trading strategies, their lifestyle still changes. They still show you a blow up in their lifestyle. Why? It's because they have worked enough with their strategies. They understand exactly what should happen. Instead of trying to learn their YouTube strategies just on YouTube, go the extra mile. Hit them up on Instagram. Go the extra mile. Ensure that you buy their courses and you learn something from them, because you cannot expect them to give you 100% of their strategy on just YouTube. Understand that concept there. And then one other thing that tends to lead people or beginners into this phrase of, oh, maybe this YouTube strategy or this YouTuber strategy didn't work for me because it actually doesn't make him any money and he's making money only off of YouTube or off of students or signals. What tends to lead to that is you were not working enough. You yourself, you are not working enough. You should, instead of trying to go into this blame or this victim type mindset, you should actually reassess your thinking, your mindset, and what actually didn't work for you. Maybe you do not know enough of the strategy because you're only getting it off of YouTube, or maybe you are just not willing to go through the losing streaks, unlike him who spent 2-3 years mastering his skill using that very same strategy, not changing, not flipping from this strategy to this strategy. So instead of just blaming YouTubers and blaming Forex strategies, avoid jumping from strategy to strategy and rather focus heavily on one trading strategy. If you like how Nick Sean trades, go to Nick Sean, focus only on his YouTube channel, learn how he trades and give your 100% focus to that. Even if you have 3-5 losses in a row, keep on trading that way, keep on bettering your skill. Eventually you will become profitable. Do not try and change, because you have beginners who would trade this strategy for a week. Next week they are changing, they want to trade like Mamba. Next week they change from Mamba to Jeremy, from Jeremy to this. You will never settle down. Have the long-term mindset. You'll never settle down with one strategy, because each and every strategy is going to have losses. It's a game of probabilities. Each and every strategy is going to have losses. No strategy in this whole world is a holy grail strategy, or no strategy actually wins each and every trade, but rather you have it. It's a probability game, so you have different probabilities. You could have a strategy that has a 60% win rate, or you could have one that has a 90 or 80% win rate. You could have an 80% win rate, but we do not know the sequences of the trades, whether you're going to lose 5 in a row and win 20, or whether you're going to win 1 and lose 3 in a row. You should be willing to go through the pain. Do not just want a strategy that is going to keep you on winning, and then the moment you have 2 losses, you change, you say the strategy no longer works, you go on to the next strategy. So Forex YouTube strategies actually work, but you are not working enough. You're not putting in enough of work. You are not going the extra mile to learn a little bit more about the strategy. And then if you do know a lot about the strategy, you are not willing to go through the losses, because losses are part of Forex. And if you cannot accept and deal with losses, then excuse my language, then how the hell do you expect to make money? Because this is a risky, we are in a risky business right here. So this takes me to the one of the most important books that I've read by Harv Eker, Secrets of a Millionaire Mind. So I recommend it to any trader out there who's looking to, of course, build even more on their money management and their mind management. So if you're any trader out there, book nuggets that I'm going to lace you up with 2 book nuggets that I've taken from the Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by Harv Eker. The first book nugget reads, if your subconscious financial blueprint is not set for success, then nothing you learn or do will make a difference. It does not matter what you learn. It does not matter how far or how much knowledge you have. If your subconscious financial blueprint is not set for money, for abundance, flow of money, then you will not make any money. So you have to ensure that you first change your financial blueprint to be in acceptance or in the same energy flows with money, so that you can then be able to get money in exchange. So another book nugget, it does not take being in the right place at the right time for you to be successful. You also have to be the right person at the right time in the right place. So it doesn't just take you being in the right place at the right time. You have to be the right person. So this actually goes along with what I was just saying now about Forex trading strategies, right? It doesn't matter how many strategies you know. I know people who have traded for 4 or 5 years, still today not consistently profitable. They would make a few bucks, go off, come back 3 months, make few bucks, blow, make few bucks, blow. They're not consistently making money from the markets because they are not the right persons. They're not willing to stick to a trading strategy. They're not willing to do all the hard work. They're not doing anything that feeds the world's energy source. They do not do anything that helps them to attract positive energy and positive vibes from the financial markets and from money. Money is going to be attracted to somebody who wants it more than somebody who wants to use it. So you have to be willing to get money, tame it, and use it to build more money. So that is another book nugget right there that I got from Harv Eker. You have to be the right person in the right place at the right time. Then I'll list you one with one that comes a little bit more from Harv Eker, but also from Nikola Tesla. If you know him, Nikola Tesla, he said something that is so profound. He said, everything that revolves around us is based off of energy. And essentially what he said is it is based off of frequency and vibrations. So for you to be able to attain success, you have to then increase your energy or increase your vibrational frequencies so that you can then attract an abundance of those positive energies. So whatever you say inside of your mind, change how you think, change what you are going to say. Ensure that you only send to your subconscious mind positive energy and positive words. Then that helps you to build on to get a lifetime of fulfillment. So with that being said, that is the book nugget that I had for you. Thank you so much for watching this long. Consider subscribing if you're new. Thank you very much again for watching the video. Hit that like button if you'd like the content that I've just dropped for you. Comment down below if you'd like to see more videos like this. Without any further ado, peace. So that's another video.